Hi champions, my name is Ashley Best and I'm a Learning and Development Consultant here at Blossom Ireland.
Hi, my name is Imelda Fitzpatrick and I'm the Programme Director here with Blossom Ireland. The reason why you're here today is to learn more about how you can support your young person as they work their way through Blossom PEP, Blossom Ireland's Personal Empowerment Programme. The agenda. So we're going to look at who is this course for and why are we here? What does the course look like and what activities must be completed each week? What is an intellectual disability? And how can we support and empower a person with an intellectual disability? Okay, so why are we here? Blossom realised some time ago that there was a real lack of support for young people with an intellectual disability in Ireland. From this, we created our educational personal empowerment programme, and we work across areas such as work experience, life skills, and just teaching people to speak up and speak out for themselves. We also have a Connect programme that supports young people and their circle of support as they work through the important transitions in their lives. Blossom always strives to create accessible and inclusive programs that are innovative. From this, we have created Blossom's online program that is called My Blossom Channel. We decided to create this course because we realised here at Blossom Ireland that our young people with an intellectual disability just weren't going on to do further education or to go to work. And we are trying to change this through our really practical and accessible programs. We realise the importance of the young person's voice as well, and a lot of our work is geared towards making sure that we teach the young people that we work with to be able to speak out for themselves and about themselves. Your report and your relationship is fundamental to the success of the young person on this programme. So let us support you to support them to do the best that they can do. What is the champion's role? The champion's role is to be there for weekly support in person for at least 40 minutes a week or online if this is not possible. To give encouragement and guidance when needed. To help build confidence by setting the person up for success. Offering a non-judgmental ear when the young person needs to talk something through or to ask questions. To give support with the weekly challenges. And to communicate any difficulties that arise with the course facilitator.
So this course is called Assertiveness. During this module, the young people will learn to share what they like, what they don't like, and how to tell others about these. They'll learn how to share safely online. They'll learn all about character strengths, what character strengths are, and how to identify and tell others about their character strengths. The young people will also learn about opinions and how to share their opinions respectively with others. So each week will follow a similar format. On Mondays, the online content will be uploaded. This is known as the Learn Lab. There'll be a midweek virtual meetup with the young people and the Blossom Island facilitator. The weekly challenge has to be uploaded on Saturdays. We know there's a lot of work involved in the course, but we've tried to make it really manageable, and it's really important to us that everybody takes Sundays off. Rest is so important.
So what is an intellectual disability? An intellectual disability is a developmental disability that impacts thinking, learning, problem solving and reasoning. The concept of neurodiversity represents a strengths-based model, which acknowledges that some people think and learn differently. These are simply differences and not deficits. Brains are wired differently. At the end of the day, people with an intellectual disability should be able to live a life just like any other. So over 66,000 people in Ireland have an intellectual disability. That's a lot of people. An intellectual disability affects something called adaptive skills. So what are adaptive skills? Adaptive skills are our self-help skills, the way we are able to look after ourselves every day. Daily living skills, being able to cook, wash, travel, and our independence. Intellectual disability may also affect executive skills, such as planning, organisation, how we can attend to things, and our flexibility on a day-to-day basis. So, enough from me about what an intellectual disability is. Let's hear it from somebody who knows this firsthand, who works with us here at Blossom. I'd like to hand it over to you, Leah.
I would have had a support person coming into the college with me to kind of meet up with her to do maybe projects or assignments that I would have had to do and stuff like that. We would have done maybe on a Wednesday or something a one-to-one meeting outside of the college, and we would have talked over the college stuff, the assignment stuff and all this, and then we might sit down and actually type it out or write it out together. I would have asked my key worker and my boss that could I maybe get a what can I say? It was kind of a sheet, and what they'd have is what my jobs were, what time I have to be there, a kind of a time sheet, so that I know, okay, I've this to get this done, or I have to maybe get all the toys into the playroom for not at 9 o'clock and clean them all before 10 o'clock to then to open up the playroom and let all the patients into the playroom to play.
When someone has an intellectual disability, this may mean that they may not learn in the same way as someone who does not. This might mean that our young people need help with skills such as organisation, planning, and also maintaining attention. We can support this in a number of ways, such as using visual supports, prompts such as gestures, and also audio supports can come in really useful for setting reminders. Don't forget the Blossom online meetup today at 2 p.m. Someone with an intellectual disability may take longer to process information than someone who does not. That's why it's really important that we allow our learners extra time and also make sure that any instructions are clear and easily understood. We've worked really hard in this online course to make sure we use clear, simple instructions and also to embed additional supports throughout the course. But it's really important that our learners have someone there on the ground with them supporting them, and that's why your role as champion is so important. This may be the first time that our learners have taken part in an online course. So here is some ways to support a person with an intellectual disability with online learning. You can share these 5 smart points from CyberSafe Ireland with your young person on how to teach them about sharing safely. S is for safe. Remind the young person to keep their personal information safe and not to share this with others. For example, PIN codes, passwords, or other personal details. M is for meeting. Remind the young person that meeting people you know online in real life is often not a good idea. A is for accepting. Our young people need to know that accepting links and invitations that you are not sure of can be dangerous. It may not be what it says or even what you think. R is for really. We need to remind our young people to check everything carefully that they see and they read. Again, things are not always true online. T is for talk. Our young people need to know that they can talk to an adult they trust if they are worried or upset. For more information on sharing safely, please see our resources page at Blossom Ireland.
Okay, so we've looked at how to support a young person with an intellectual disability through learning, and we've also looked at how to teach somebody to stay safer online. So now we're going to look at the learning environment and how we can organise the space around us and around the young person that you're working with so that it's easier for them to learn and to attend to what they're looking at. So the first thing to remember is that we need to make sure that it's their space so that it's set up for what works for them. So everybody is different and this will look different for each person. We need to look at things like the temperature. Is it too hot? Is it too cold? The noise. Do we have lots of stuff going on in the background? And then the lighting. Is it too bright or is it too dim? We need to make sure that the young person is comfortable, that where they're sitting is comfortable and where their desk is comfortable. And then we also need to look at the supports around them to make sure that they can organise themselves properly. So something like a schedule or a planner would be useful to have in that environment. So when you start the course, make sure that the young person that you're working with has a planner. It could be a simple calendar or it could be broken up into days of the week. Use colour coding. Colour coding is really useful to show which activities are due on which days. A checklist is also really useful. This can be left beside where the learner is doing their work or somewhere else where they can see it every day. A visual timer is also a really useful prompt to use for people who are trying to manage their time themselves, to see how long they have to do an activity or how long they've been working. Set reminders, visual and audio, as Ashley has said earlier, and also make sure that the young person has water and snacks around them or within reach so they're not hungry or thirsty. Make sure that information is broken into bite-sized pieces for them. Breaking tasks down into smaller steps is a good way to make sure that the person succeeds all the way along and that help can be given as needed as they go.
So, now we're going to talk about how to support our learners with motivation. As Imelda said earlier, it's really important that we break the task down into really manageable chunks. This will help to keep our young people really motivated and prevent them from getting tired. It's so important that we provide positive social feedback and try and keep this really explicit. So, if you see the young person being really well organised, then say, wow, it's great that you're being so organised, well done. Try and fade this out over time. It's really important that we pick a good time in the day for the young person to keep them motivated. For some people this might be first thing in the morning, for some people it may be in the afternoon, and for others it might be in the early evening. But just try and make sure that the person's not hungry or tired or there's any other distractions. In this programme we are going to be using a learning management system, or LMS for short. As part of this system, the young people will be able to earn badges, certificates and move their way through different levels. As part of this programme, we're going to be using a learning management system, or LMS. As part of this, the learners will be able to earn points, badges and be issued certificates. We really hope this will help to keep the learners motivated and also provide inbuilt positive reinforcement, which we know is so important for motivation. So how do we empower the young learners on our course? One way in which we can do this is provide opportunities for choice. Get the young people involved. Let them decide when they do the course, what they're going to upload for the weekly challenge, and also how they're going to structure the week. Remember that good choices are as much about experience as it is about age and ability. So it's really important that we allow the young people to make mistakes and help them to work through finding solutions. This is where some of our greatest learning occurs. Include the young people in any decisions. Encourage them to speak out, even if it's something that they think others might not want to hear. In this course, we're teaching the young people how to use their voices and how important their own voices are. Encourage the young people to talk about their disability and to try and figure out what type of support suits them best.
Okay, so we're coming to the end of our champion training and I really hope you've enjoyed everything so far. So for now I'm just going to go through the expectations on both sides, for Blossom Ireland and also for the learner and the champion. So for Blossom Ireland, we want to make sure that every person that's doing the course has enough support to get through the work. We want to make sure that we are given the feedback when needed and we want to make sure that the person can complete the challenges on schedule. So if there's any problem at all with not being able to do that, just let us know. Let us know of any other issues that are coming up. We are more than happy to help. It's important that each young person attends the weekly meetups. These are a time where you get to meet and chat to other young people who are going through the course too, and you can talk about any problems that you're having. You get to interact, connect, and more importantly, speak out.
So what can you guys expect from us? You can expect to be part of a really supportive team who do everything they can to make sure that you and the young person have a really positive learning experience. We want to offer you guys lots and lots of support, so don't be afraid, you can ask any questions. We also value you as the champion so much as a stakeholder. Thank you so much for listening. We really hope this video has been helpful.
So we're really looking forward to starting this journey with you, and we really hope that you can continue to give us feedback along the way so we can keep it as good as it can be. If you need to contact us or need any more support, please feel free to contact us with the information that we have provided to you. But for now, best of luck!
Bye!